Pulp Secret is brought to you by Zunart's new graphic novel, The Lost Ones.
Hey guys, welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Beats.
And we've got a couple of Newsarama sneak reviews for you guys today, including Astonishing X-Men number 25, Final Crisis number 2, and Secret Invasion Frontline number 1. So let's get right into it with Astonishing X-Men Second Stage by Warren Ellis and Simone Bianchi.
Yeah.
Or Simon E. Bianchi.
Nice, oh good. Simony.
Looks amazing. Really
Very
cool
good looking.
To see the X-Men drawn this way, and they got a little different voice. Some funny moments. I was laughing out loud during this book.
Outside.
Yeah, I had left the building and laughed.
Well, what do you think? I mean, does it follow up on Whedon and Cassidy's run?
Very different.
Yeah, it's very different. But
Which
it's
is cool.
It's not upsetting. I feel like it's cool.
And it's right back in a regular X-Men continuity, which I think is nice, I guess. I mean, that means now there are 3 books kind of going.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, they've always said that the way that they're going to use Astonishing X-Men is like, it's a pocket.
Yeah.
So it's a pocket in time. So it starts at this particular time, and then it runs on from there, and then we'll rejoin continuity.
Right.
So it follows its own story.
It's a pocket.
I wasn't crazy about this.
What?
Actually. I did like the art. I thought, the writing's solid and everything, but Warren Ellis, as much as I love his stuff, is writing too much stuff right now. So that everything he writes, without spoiling anything, a lot of it is about how sleepy the characters are.
Right.
Because Warren Ellis is really sleepy because he never sleeps. So it's all about, oh man, I really want some coffee.
That's a very minor...
Hey, maybe the Beast wants some coffee.
You're making a lot of...
Yeah, that's a little minor
No,
point
that is
to
a big
nitpick on.
thing because they mentioned it like 5 or 6 times.
Just because Warren Ellis is your roommate doesn't mean you can blow out his personal information.
Yeah.
He owes me back rent.
Oh, that's what this is
and I think
about.
that's messed up.
That's right.
It's his turn on the chore wheel, and he has just not following through.
I don't know how I got a spot on the chore wheel, but I need it off. I need to eliminate it.
You got to come over and do your chores.
This, though, I will say, it is. You're right. The ideas seem a little trod. It reminds me of the Mike Carey Vault arc on X-Men, I think 188 or so. And it reminds me a little bit of Alan Moore's Wildcats, the Earth team, where it's like, all right, we're changing things up, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing about it is,
exciting.
I actually thought it was the opposite of exciting.
Which is boring.
Yes, boring.
Oh, thanks for
I felt like,
spelling
as
that out.
opposed to the first issue of Whedon and Cassidy's run that really set out something very specific, I was like, we're here, we're X-Men, get used to it, just to use a metaphor for something.
Just because they're in San Francisco doesn't mean you have to say that.
This was a lot of talking heads. Again, I don't think it was bad. It's certainly worth picking up. I'm certainly going to pick up the next issue. But it didn't blow me out of the water like Whedon and Cassidy.
Well, and
I think it's also because you're a little bit more partial to Whedon.
he's a little brokenhearted.
I don't know what you're talking about.
To your point, one other thing. When I read the ad, after reading the issue, I read the ad that they're putting in the other Marvel books. It says, can the X-Men solve this murder mystery? And I was like, that was barely part of the story.
Yeah.
So
A lot of it was about coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like this
would
is
you say pick it up?
exciting new
You'd say
start
pick it
for
up?
it. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree.
really
It was a
liked
boring new start for it. All right, let's move on and talk about Final Crisis number 2. We're going to tell a really long, boring story right now.
You don't
I'm
have
just
to.
kidding. We're going to go through it.
Okay.
Actually, what we're going to do is we have a $1 million bet that Pete is going to end up reading Final Crisis. Pete, have you read Final Crisis yet?
No, I haven't. But I'll tell you what's going on in the Final Crisis world right
Jesus.
now.
he's getting cocky.
See, he's really starting to kind of like set certain things, so you're starting to know what the series is about. Really just kind of unfolding a little bit here and there, giving you some sneak previews. I'm sure there were some great moments in this issue, kind of just giving you little bits of good stuff.
I have nothing else to say. That's an accurate review of the comic book that this man has never read.
So you did not read it?
No.
You did not read it, and you were able to guess. Okay, I hate you.
Yeah. That's especially when Grant Morrison has a reputation of being like, man, he goes so crazy with stories, and Pete just nailed all the structure points that he's using.
Yeah, he nailed the structure points, but he didn't nail the plot points. All right, now I'm a quibbling nerd.
Yeah. Now you're a quibbling nerd.
Oh, yeah.
You
Not
saw it
about
first,
the coffee or
folks.
the sleeping.
What did you think, Justin? Did you think I like this better than the first issue? I have to say, by a lot.
I agree. There's a lot going on, but in classic Grant Morrison style, it's very disjointed, and you're like, wow, this is all moving forward separate from each other.
It feels like it's jumping through a lot of time between scenes, which I think is really kind of interesting story technique in a certain way. And it really feels like something's building. It's more, he's holding what the actual picture is, and he's not showing you what the plot is. He's not showing you what's actually going on right now. And you're starting to get hints of it in this issue, but not the full picture.
Definitely, and I like some of the elements. The bullet through time is a really cool idea. I like where that's going. The supervillain stuff is very reminiscent of the Countdown stuff, I thought, with the island and whatnot. And so I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on board for the 3rd issue, and I'm definitely more interested in the series now, personally.
Yeah.
Man, those cops are going to come and get us. All right.
Wow, you did. You just felt like you had to say something about this.
Well, there's basically a police car parked right outside of our window.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well,
This is the stuff people want to know.
We shoot in Gotham City, so, you know, it's a very crime-ridden town.
Yeah, I'll beat you up with a toilet seat, I will. That's a reference for you. You don't get that. Let's move on and talk about Secret Invasion Frontline #1. What'd you guys think about this issue?
Well, I read this one, so allow me to start. Frontline, I like Frontline. I like the idea of like when a big something is happening in the Marvel world, we get the Frontline issues. It's cool to kind of see like a human side to things and a reporter kind of side to things and what's going on. I feel it's a great way to explore the Secret Invasion world. Yeah. I think it's exciting. It's a great first issue.
I think it's boring. I thought this was a very boring first issue. The Frontline mythos is out there. It's like, okay, they covered, like Pete said, they covered the big events from the human. But I was like, I didn't really feel connected to any of the characters, and all this information has already been shown to us through other Marvel books. So.
See, I disagree with you, actually. I like this a lot. This is Brian Reed is writing it now as opposed to Paul Jenkins. And I think he definitely picks up what Pete's saying about the Frontline stuff, where it shows us the ground level, what's happening. This is the stuff that I want to see happening in Secret Invasion, because so far what I've seen in Secret Invasion is aliens have attacked a very small bit of Times Square, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Frontline, at least, is showing us that, at the very least, it's citywide in New York.
That's really important information. So you're saying it's downtown as well?
This is my
problem
with the
Savage
whole thing.
Land, by the way.
Is they keep telling us, oh my God, it's this amazing, huge invasion, but we haven't seen that yet. At the very least, we get a little bit of that going on and how it's affecting people in Frontline. Not that really at this point, because they're just attacking New York, is it any different from World War Hulk, for example? But
interesting.
I don't know. I thought it's solidly written, solid characters, good art. I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I like the idea of it. I just wish there was more to hook into with this first issue.
Would you like it better if there was like some sort of backup story where it was hooking it into historical events?
Like a poem. I think more poetry.
Like some sort of poem tying into horses.
You should pick up Shadowhunter. There's a lot of poetry in there.
Oh, Jenna Jameson's title?
Cool.
Wow.
So I would say pick it up. Justin would say leave it a duck. I don't know what that means. But
leave it a duck.
No, it's good.
Yeah. After the break, we're going to have a viewer mail at a speed round. So stay tuned.
Leave it a duck.
Engage. We're working on this graphic novel for Zoom featuring 4 different artists, and the script is written by Mr. Steve Niles. I'm really curious to see how it turns out, because this is, sort of like an active collaboration type of thing. All these different artists with various styles are all going to come up with their own interpretations.
Hey guys, welcome back. What you just saw was a short clip from behind the scenes, The Lost Ones, a new graphic novel being released as a free download in June, which is almost over at this point.
Good. Hurry up. You'll be able to pick up free printed copies at select comic book stores as well. Stay tuned to Pulp Secret for more info about The Lost Ones.
And watch more behind-the-scenes footage of The Lost Ones by going to pulpsecret.com and checking out The Lost Ones banner at the top of the page.
Off the cuff.
Boop! All right, let's move on with the speed round.
BPRD, the Ectoplasmic Man. Really awesome. BPRD is knocking it out of the park right now. Every little one-shot they're doing, I am loving it. This is a really solid issue. The art is amazing, as you know. The writing is great. Really check it out.
Mythos, Captain America #1. I love this series by Paul Jenkins and Pablo Rivera. The art's great. It's retelling Captain America's origin this time. It's so good. They did a Ghost Rider one a while back that was also very good. Pick it up, definitely.
Thunderbolts #121. I know I slammed Warren Ellis a little bit earlier in the episode, but man, if he keeps writing one title, please keep him writing Thunderbolts. I know he's not going to be writing Thunderbolts after this. It's in Christos Gage's capable hands, but wow, he did an amazing job with this title.
And his dresser is in the right spot in your room, your department.
Yeah, I know, but the toilet is...
Guys, it's speed round. Come on. Beyond number 2, I was a little harsh on the first one. Beyond number 2 is fantastic. Really kind of came back around. I still feel like the relationships are a little weird, but I'm sure they're going with that, somewhere with that. But the art is fantastic. Really, stuff is starting to happen. The action's picking up in number 2.
Project Superpowers number 4. This is Alex Ross's pet project. If you like this, you should read the 12 because it's better. So don't read the 12. It's
Cool. All right, let's move on with a viewer mail. Jason wrote into tips@pulpsecret.com. What comic book, if any, would you like to see remade or re-envisioned, and what team of artists would you pick? That's a really good question.
That is a good question.
So looking at older series, what would you like to be updated and re-envisioned, and by who?
There'd be a great Punisher arc. Put him back in time as a 19th century Lothario, falling in and out of love. Perhaps.
Are you making a reference to something?
Huh? No. This is just
you throwing some stuff out there?
Yeah, this is just some ideas.
I would like to see maybe bring back some fun team ups, or the 2-in-1s. That was fun with
Marvel 2-in-1?
Yeah.
2-in-1. What? Take a bow.
Like
Guys, take a bow. I was a 19th century Lothario.
There we go. I still don't know what you're making reference to. I would love to see, you guys are going to love this, a mainstream Power Pack book. I know they've been doing the All Ages Power Pack title. I think it would be really cool to do something that actually was in Marvel continuity, showed us where those characters are now. And in fact, without spoiling anything, I do know that there may or may not be some plans for that.
Oh, wow. So, that's a pretty...
Did you want to seriously answer the email?
What? Relax. Yes, Aquaman. I want to see a good Aquaman series.
Yeah, that's a good call. Who would you like to see on it?
I'd like to see, art-wise, Chris Botchlo, I think, could do some really cool underwater stuff. Really beautiful.
What about, like, Mark Bagley?
I know. I don't want to see him on that. He's very busy.
You know what would be great, actually, is John Romita Jr.?
Yeah.
Seriously, you thought I was going to make a joke, but
yeah,
I did.
I know.
I already started to laugh.
No, that'd be great.
Yeah, written by, Peter David did such a good job, so get him back on there.
Yeah.
With some cool art.
Sweet. All right. What would you guys like to see come back? How would you like to see it happen? Who would you like to see on us? Let us know. If you have a question, call us at 888-841-7549 or write it to tips@pulpsecret.com or comment right here below the video. And if you're ever in New York City, come visit us every Tuesday night.
Come on down!
At 8 p.m. at Comic Book Club, our live show. All the details are on pulpsecret.com. We'll see you guys next time.
You got it. Give it a duck.
Get a duck.